What is going on, everybody? We have got Primetime 15, another stacked night of fights. Going to be headlining it off with BFAP Trickzzy, current reigning champion, currently, well, dominating into that position, avenging his only loss last time around, up against the ever dangerous and mighty Great Mist. He's obviously an aggressive striker, looking forward to that one. Obviously a whole host of fun fights, but joining me tonight, we're going to be having the powerful Styles and Trickzzy. How you doing, guys?
We're doing good. Chilling as the undefeated champ. We don't take no L's.
No, 100%, brother, 100%. Just cashing checks, sitting back in the commentary booth this time around, watching one of your brothers try to get the job done a little bit later on tonight. I'm sure that's a highly anticipated fight for yourself.
You bet.
Up first, though, starting us off throughout the night, we're going to be having Green Ghost and Matty D. Doesn't appear on the list at the moment, but this is a fight that both guys making their debuts, early preliminary fight. I'm not very familiar with Matty D, but from what, obviously, Green Ghost has been around the community for a long time. Heard he's been making some great advancements in his game, becoming very all-rounded, and training with the likes of Kryptonite King, training with the likes of yourself there, Quidsworth. I would imagine that very much being the case. I mean, what can you tell me about these guys and maybe any approaches coming forward? I don't know if you had discussed it with them prior to the event or prior to this fight.
Well, I could tell you what Green Ghost is going to do. He's going to be patient, sit back, wait for his opportunities, try to hit you big, and just keep the fight standing most of the time.
Sounds like a great plan, honestly, bro. It's, I mean, like I said, training with the likes of yourself, know that his hands are going to be on point. Some interesting picks here as we come into the very, very first fight of the evening. As you can see, Dustin Poirier up against the Justin Gaethje. Whoa, almost had a jab from an early bow. That could have been very dangerous.
I mean, this is going to be a good fight. Mostly boxing combos, of course, both great fighters, but I don't think they'll be afraid of taking it down. Gaethje has good takedowns and Dustin has, the rubber guard. But I think this will be a pressuring fight. Though I don't know Green Ghost nor Matty. I mean, TMF being a very well-respected camp with Kryptonite King and me fighting Mike in the last week's main event. I think this will be a very entertaining fight, actually.
Yeah, I mean, these guys are coming out with bombs early on. You can see them throwing heavy shots, looking to plant on their shots, which always is nice. You're able to plant and land something clean there, Quids.
Yeah. Ghost has got to look out for his stamina, though. He keeps emptying his gas tank, trying to catch Gaethje.
Oh, good combos.
Oh, wow.
What a...
Mate, that was a one-puncher after it as well. Jesus, the power, man. That was craziness. Lovely slip, uppercut, I think it was. Put him down and ripped one on the mat.
That was way too quick. I would have loved that fight to have been a bit longer, because I mean, it's a fun matchup. You never complain about it with Poirier.
I to say as well, I don't think that Green Ghost was doing anything massively wrong. He came out, was looking good in the early and got caught with a lovely slip or pull counter though, and I mean, that's great work for Matty D. Interested to see what he's able to do going forward. I'm sure these guys will probably meet some point down the line. Top competitors, by the looks of things, looks like they've got some good skills even on their debut. Interesting to see kind of where they go from there. But with that one being said, we do have another fight straight up for yourselves. It's going to be Purely J up against Desia. I don't know if either of you are familiar with either of these gentlemen. I haven't come across them personally before.
Neither have I, unfortunately. Which,
I'm not too familiar with them.
Yeah, but I mean, we won't complain about the element of surprise of what these competitors have to give. This might be a banger.
No, I completely agree there, mate. It's, a lot of the time these unknown fighters, we've got fresh blood coming through all of the time. They're always looking to make a name for themselves, always looking to put on entertaining fights.
And as we could see in Green Ghost and Matty D with a just brawling it out, and then unfortunately getting caught one of them. But
yeah, definitely. No, coming from the TMF camp, though, you'd expect him to be going out there trying to throw hands. That's exactly what what you saw live and die by the sword. Like I said, Matty D, though, that was a great debut for him. He really did look good tonight. Seemed to manage his stamina pretty well in the early going. Obviously, very, very early, of course. Was quite measured because he got caught with some good shots from Green Ghost early. So, good job by him to stay composed and look for that slip or pull counter, which he was ultimately able to get.
Yeah, for sure. And I guess that he read Green Ghost very well, because even though slip counters are debatable if they're maybe a bit too strong or anything, but you have to make a read for them to actually work, so you don't get caught with a jab or a straight. So I think he realized, he stayed composed, he realized, okay, he's gonna go for a hook or an uppercut, let's just wait for it to come, and then lean back and hit him with a punch himself. And it ended up very good for him.
Yeah, it's, exactly what the doctor ordered, if you will. With that one being said, though, we have another banger on its way. Like I said, Pooley J, Desia, see what these guys are able to bring out.
Oh, McGregor versus Volkanovski. Would have been a fun fight to see in real life.
Definitely. Looks like my man's got his chat on.
Oh dear.
Touch of gloves. See how quickly they start. Interesting to note, especially with these early fighters who are unknown making their debuts. You never really know how they're going to come out. Some guys like to come out the gates starting really, really quick. This seems to be a slightly more measured approach, but that may change once one of them gets tagged. Obviously you have a game plan until you get hit.
Mike Tyson said it the best himself. Ooh, nice takedown attempt. Good deny though from McGregor. If you're fighting as McGregor, you should, be a bit more patient. You have some good hands, but not the stamina, so you have to fight for quality over quantity, while Volkanovski has both, in my opinion. He has some good power, but also a good stamina, so I think he's a favorable pick in this matchup. We'll see how this goes. Skill plays better than the characters you pick.
Going in this early going, we see McGregor stalk the center of the cage. He's not, overcommitting to anything, which, as you mentioned a moment ago, is a smart game plan with the McGregor. You know that cardio isn't really going to be there if you start opening up with too many misses. As I say, that missed leg kick into a single leg turn. Takedown. Yeah, great work. And this is your wheelhouse here, Styles. Once you've got somebody down, you need to go a little bit more position over anything else in these early goings, at least in my experience. Maybe take your time a little bit. You don't know what your opponent's going to give you until you're being able to make those reads.
Absolutely. And nice top mount posture. Good damage right here. And the stamina drain on him moving his head as well. Continue, Looney.
No, but as you were saying, bro, when he moved his head, his stamina got really low. I was just going to make the same point. Does increase damage as well, if I'm not incorrect, their styles when they sway into the shots.
Yeah, they do indeed. That's why hooks are so lethal. But the only problem you have while throwing hooks is that you can't break the block. So you have to always throw at least one straight in those combos.
Yeah.
But he did very well there while getting the head health down. And he's doing very good at... nice deny though from McGregor. He's doing very well at keeping position. He's always on top.
BJJ McGregor?
I want to see the rubber guard from McGregor.
He's been practicing his triangle. Gonna throw those legs up.
So you're a grappler now.
He's eating some heavy shots, but that's a lovely little reversal.
What will McGregor do? He should have used the awkward camera angle for his advantage, which, of course, could be seen as a bit cheesy, but it's in the game. You have to capitalize on it.
I don't know, brother. I throw hands. If there's an opportunity to hit my opponent in the face, I'm taking it. So camera angle or not.
Yeah. Who'd you score the round for?
I'm not sure about you, Quids. I think early on, I feel probably went to McGregor. He did some good work on the, in the striking, did get taken down. But it's kind of a tale of two halves, if you will. The round kind of went polar opposites, maybe even a draw. But obviously you have to lean one way. I don't think they give draws out in the game.
Unfortunately, they don't.
Seemed like Desia had it to me with the takedown and then a bit of time on the ground.
He did
I
land
think he took that round.
He did land some good ground and pound, as you guys saw a little bit earlier as well, when he was able to posture up in some of those positions. As we say that, though, he's not really taking any back steps right now, landing some big shots, looking to rip to the body given the opportunity, but got to be careful with the power and the precision of Conor McGregor and that left hand.
Oh, nice. Yeah, he should take advantage of his head off being higher than McGregor's right now. He should... Like I said, McGregor has the power, so we should try to pressure him out, make him at least not being as powerful with the jab straight, try to work his head. Oh, nice kick to the head. He should try to work him down. Oh, exchanging teeps right now.
Oh, big miss.
It really was. Maybe got a little bit lucky that Puli didn't unleash with some sort of combination after that big miss, high vulnerability. These guys are swinging in the pocket, though. Fighting in a phone booth right now.
Absolutely, and that's what we love to see. Some good exchanges. It's nice. Ooh.
Good job of that so far, McGregor. He's been using the side kicks to the body, just not too much, but just enough to kind of keep range. As I say, that he eats a big kind of combination of shots, eating some knees to the body now, and that's not where you want to be with McGregor.
I think I cut out for a bit. Nice.
Oh, big head kick.
Yeah, on the overhand. He's just non-stop with the pressure right now, just continuing the combinations, raining them down, beating the block, and landing the beautiful overhand to follow. Obviously aware, as you mentioned earlier, to the cardio problems of Conor McGregor. Doesn't want to get a little bit overzealous, so taking this moment to reset now. No longer unleashing these big combinations and looking for that clean shot to set up the finish once more. Yeah, set up. We've got a minute to work here, so you've got to imagine that he's going to go a little bit more heavily on the gas, if you will. Going to try and probably get off some damage, maybe work the body a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, Sprawl's a good position to work the body as well in UC4, and you can see him trying to. Nice get up. That transition is very fast as well, so I mean it's good choice of him to try to stand up before the body work became too much, especially since you're McGregor.
Apologies if there's any technical difficulties on stream. That should be corrected now. I can see that you had a skip frame for a moment. Do apologise.
Well, nice done at the end there. How do we score this round, my man?
I got to give it to McGregor just for that overhand knockdown. It was really clean.
Yeah, we see the beautiful replay right here. It's so clean. It was a close one, though, especially with the stun right at the end there for both. Yeah. But I'd also scored for McGregor this round because of that beautiful overhand. Cyrus?
Yeah, it was a tough one to call, like you say. It was very back and forth. The knockdown, though, for Volkanovski, I'd probably edge to that gentleman right there, just for that in itself. Often find that the bigger damaging shots normally where they rule it, but these guys, I don't really see us going to a decision. Each and every round there's been rocks, there's been non-stop pressure from both guys.
Oh, nice.
He needs to watch that head kick.
Yep, but he uses McGregor's footwork very well, just backing off, because that's one of the main advantages you have while using McGregor. You can... Wow. Nice kick there to not get finished in the third. This is... I mean, I don't see it going to a decision, but it's also... nice done.
Very back and forth right now.
It really is. I mean, This is a really well matched up. Especially considering both guys are making their debut, they're putting on fantastic performances. I'm really just... every time one of them gets the other one hurt, somebody either makes an adjustment or they just can't find the finishing touch to put each other out, just with those little tiny kind of takedowns and step offs that they're doing. It's been fantastic work, especially in the survival area when they've got each other hurt.
Yeah, as well, like you saw Volkanovski try to switch it up a bit by faking a body hook into the rear overhand, but it still didn't get McGregor quite down yet. But the fight's going back and forth, and we'll see how the judge. Oh, yes, as I say that, it's a stun from McGregor.
Oh, missing big again.
Like you say, it's hard to call. Like every time you think somebody's got a little bit of momentum, the other guy just goes, nope, not today. Starts landing some bombs of his own. These guys looking for some naked front kicks, and Conor McGregor does it very well to keep it short with his shots, and he sets him down. This could be it.
Oh
wow! Looks like we've got
World
an
of
advert.
tanks, everyone.
We have got an advert. I do apologize as we run a. We're going to have to take a very short intermission. Looks like this gentleman may have some pre-rolls. We had a little bit of an issue on this through the ESFL last time round. That is one hell of a fight. This is a little bit out of our control, unfortunately. Future for anybody in reference. If you are an affiliate, my man, please turn pre-roll ads off. These things happen, though. It's all good. As I say that, these guys are now coming back. He's actually still going, and the fight was just ending as we approached. I do apologize that we missed that. The adverts cannot be helped, but following up with the great ground and pound. It's very unfortunate to not get to see the full finish, but that was great work by Pooley.
Yeah, I want to see how that actually ended, because when he got knocked down, I thought he was going to enter the position that you enter from side saddle when you get someone that low. Like you can see him laying on the side right there. Mm-hmm. I want to see him if he turned into backside and still got knocked out, or if he actually managed to survive from that. But question unanswered. But McGregor won. I think he's very satisfied with it, with his performance. You know, he took damage on the bottom, but he retaliated and came back on top.
Yeah, definitely.
I respect that.
Definitely, man, definitely. Hopefully that's a one in a million sort of deals. We won't be seeing too much of that, but we have got another fantastic fight on the line. We're going to have TMF Dale motherfucking Denton, to say it right. And he's going to be up against Rasputin. Now, let's take a moment just really briefly. We all know that Dale's a killer. He is the cardio machine, the comeback kid. He always manages to find a way to do it, takes his time, kind of picks his opponents apart, especially down the stretch. But just for a moment, I want to talk about Rara and the fact that this man was on a massive losing streak for a little while. I think he went 5-0 or 6-0. And he is back with a vengeance. I think he's won 3 or 4 on a bounce, and not against bad opponents by any stretch, by some good people within the community. So I think he's made some major adaptations, and Dale probably the favorite in this one a little bit, just given past performances, but it's hard to call it against a really dangerous Ra that's coming forward with a lot to prove by the looks of things.
For sure, and it's in my opinion, it's a battle of the comeback kings right now, because both of them have been on a losing streak. One of them being 4 losses and then coming back for some, and then the other one, Rasputin, coming back from 5 losses. It's gonna be, both of them are gonna be trying to win those later rounds, trying to come back from a loss. Maybe it's gonna be fun to see this.
Yeah, I respect. I mean, Dale Denton, I know, expected a little bit of a grappling affair coming his way from Rara because of his recent performances, being able to get the submissions and working some great ground and pound. We can see Rara taking 2 shots within the opening 30 seconds, a little bit wayward on the second one. I think he's going to have to set those up a little bit better. I haven't worked on the takedowns too much, but not a better man to talk about it than yourself there, Styles. You setting all of your takedowns up behind hands these days? Got to be a little bit careful on these naked ones, right? It's just a little bit too obvious.
Yeah, for sure. And it's, of course, I'll say this, I think it's very tough to get takedowns in UFC 4 because some of the takedowns are locked behind stamina barriers. So, for example, in Thai clinch, you have to have 20% stamina advantage to get the judo throw.
Okay.
But there are still good takedowns in Thai clinch. For example, you can do, if you hold LB and RB or and press B or A, depending on which way you're rotating, you can get a takedown, like a trip into side control, and that's very favorable.
Yes,
I say that he gets a takedown into full guard.
Well, I mean, Dale was doing some really good work with his hands for a moment. Obviously, he's very good at conserving his stamina, but that takedown, like you say, he drove through and he managed to get one. He, stayed committed to the game plan. We'll have to see what work he's able to get done here, though, because he's got 2 minutes 30 on the clock, and he did eat a couple of hands whilst, when it was on the feet, so gonna have to get something off. Rip into the body, but if I'm not mistaken, they were all block shots from Mr. Dale Denton.
Yeah, the majority of them was blocked.
Yeah, for sure. I think he needs to, or you can call quits. I don't want to be too dominant here and speak with you.
If I was Dale, I'd definitely be trying to keep this on the feet as Rasputin's trying to hit him really big with spinning kicks and all sorts. If you can keep him on the feet, he's going to really, really gas out.
Yeah, Rara did a great job of pre-denying up there for the get-up. Managed to keep Dale down for another moment. As you mentioned, Dale's definitely going to be looking to work back to his feet, but he's staying composed for the moment. He's trying not to give any sort of, takes on when he was going to stand up, but he manages to, but only for a moment. Yeah, that was a good trip there from Rara.
Yeah, Rara is he's working those takedowns very well. He's not shooting naked takedowns. He's trying to work with them, keeping them. He's trying to vary between his takedowns. He doesn't go for the same thing. I'm expecting him to go for a backpack in the next time, just so he doesn't expect a takedown. He'll probably pre-deny it, but I mean, we can't call it until it happens.
Yeah, no, 100%, man. He does seem to kind of be an opportunistic takedown artist. The earlier ones, he wasn't measuring his range right on the first couple, but that may have been a little bit of jitters as they entered the fight. But that one right there off the slip, a little bit unlucky on the uppercut not landing, but also great timing for Rara to just get it at the right time for for the increased takedown.
Absolutely, and I think they both should tone it down on the kicks right now. I feel that they're whiffing a bit too much on those kicks. Both Rara should put those. Yeah, it's gonna drain each stamina as well. But yeah, what do you say, Coach?
I mean, you won't catch me throwing like that.
Those naked kicks, they can be deceiving. I fought Dale fairly recently, actually, and he absolutely worked my body in one of the fights, just with some lead body kicks that were very, very unusual in the timing of them. I'm not sure, though, both guys doing it kind of does counteract each other, which is maybe what Rara was trying to go for, because Dale was landing them often and early in that first part. Rara's having some great success, though. Anytime he's managing to get any sort of extended grappling exchange, he's finding himself on top so far.
Absolutely. Right now it's just nice tonight. I mean, they're both doing very good, and I mean, those random head kicks or kicks can be your most lethal weapon as well, because like everyone's gonna think, okay, he won't throw a head kick right here. It's a dumb decision, and then it hits your head, and you're gonna be more concussed than confused.
Yes, sir. I mean, looking at this right now, obviously they've got 2 minutes left on the clock, but Dale Denton isn't the type of guy that loses stamina very often, so I imagine that going into this third round, he's going to have full stamina. That was probably a good option for him to separate there, but he's got to stop the next takedown attempt, because it's coming soon.
For sure. I want to hear your opinion, Shins. What do you have to say?
I think he needs to work on his takedown defense after this and drill it like mad. And it won't happen to him again.
I mean, I'm sure you'll agree over there, Chinsworth, when you've got a grappler, and obviously you can speak to it yourself when it's if it happens to yourself, Styles, but by all means, when I'm up against a grappler, I really do like to hold center cage, but try to kind of make the cage feel small on them, and it forces the shots a little bit more. When you've got them behind those black lines, just using your pressure and the advantage in the striking to your advantage. I've seen yourself use this before there, Kuds. It seems to have a lot of success in a lot of occasions.
Yeah, because you can see the shot coming from a long mile off. Like you're almost like baiting him to do it.
Yeah.
I think that's what Dale needs to do, but Then again, Rasputin's stamina isn't looking too good at the end of this round.
I think with perhaps good recovery though, I think he'll get most of it back in the third round. It was a good round. How do we score these? It's been 2 rounds. How would you say? What are the scores?
I don't know, how are you seeing this so far, Chris?
I'd probably say it's 2-0 to Rasputin at the moment, just for the amount of control he's had on the ground and the amount of takedowns he's had.
I think I'd lean in a similar direction. But with that being said, Dale always comes back. This is why they call him the comeback kid. He keeps his stamina high. That third round, he's got everything and the kitchen sink to be thrown at your face. We see Rara going for that takedown. Dale's giving him a lot of space and ooh.
Oh, he should have gone for a combo right first. Oh, and he gets it.
Good work.
Oh, nice.
Oh, he gets the backs. Oh, he get ups as well. That's good. As we can see, he's doing very well on the feet. It's those takedowns that he keeps messing up. Oh, nice kick from Steven.
Gotta be careful here as well, though. Dale is really worried about these takedowns, and rightfully so, because Rara has been all over the shots tonight. But because he's camping it so hard, he's eating some head kicks, which, you know, he maybe normally wouldn't have. Doing a good job now keeping the pressure. I think that when he throws first and gets in his face, he's having great success and has the cardio to do so as he lands a beautiful knee.
Dale.
I mean, he's going to survive this, but if he manages to pull this back, you'll find out why he's got that name.
Oh, and a knee to the head.
Rara's doing everything he can to survive this. Goes for the shot again. Can he get it?
Oh,
no. He should have gone for some knees. Tried to keep it in the clinch just to get some damage in. But he's doing very well in this third and final round of the fight.
Oh my god, man.
Oh, no.
Oh, and
the spinning kick of doom, taking off Dale's head and a front kick.
Oh, and a teep to the head.
Oh, mate. The Superman jump whilst he's injured. He's going for it. He was died or killed by the... Oh.
And he survives.
There's still a lot of time on this clock as well.
Up again.
Wow.
Repeat that.
Sorry, I was just saying there's a lot of time left on this clock, man. They've got another 1 minute 30 to work, and with this type of output and pace, I imagine that one of these guys is going to go down sooner rather than later.
For sure. It's gonna... Oh, and another spinning heel kick. Will this be the end?
He was camping the takedown there and got caught with a head kick.
He gets pushed away.
I mean, seeing you do it a lot of time, Styles, you know, when you've got your opponent, after you've taken them down for a couple of rounds and you're getting towards those later rounds, you know that they're so worried about being taken down again, their hands go low, and you can land these big shots, and he may have just lost his controller, disconnected in the finishing sequence there. That's brutal.
Yeah, that's brutal. But yeah, that's the lovely thing about grappling. I mean, I won't deny or complain about that. I don't think that denying the takedown should be the same as blocking both the body and leg kicks and takedowns. Like it's 2 buttons for 3 things. But I mean, if you can get the damage done and yet they fear the takedowns, that leaves the head open. And that's how I've won my fights versus Dirty Dave and Mikey Boy. I mean, I had them shooting for being scared of takedowns. I connected with a clean head kick to Dirty Dave in the last round, and then I mean, I was able to put the pressure on him because of them being scared. Mikey, of course, being able to survive the whole fight. But...
that kid's a killer. He he is dangerous, man. I say, just a tough fight, but okay. Judge's decision. We got Rara. Great work by him, man. Like he's putting together a nice sequence of wins. Is Rara Rasputin? He's looking good. He's been looking good for a while now. So interesting to see where he goes from here. He's going to start, continuing to fight up in those rankings. But for now, the man's making really good strides in his in his game.
For sure, I thought he did very well. He performed good in all areas. Of course, the third round being the most exciting round, both getting knockdowns and stuns, but I mean, if you can win, you can win. He did it very well.
Really did. We've got a fun fight up next. We're going to have Mr. Finnan up against TK Swaggy. Once again, these guys, they have competed recently. Well, what can you tell me about these guys?
Not too much.
I believe have a little check on their bios real briefly. You got Mr. Finnan's on a 2-win streak currently, coming off a round 2 sub to over goals, which was another undefeated opponent at the time. Gonna have to have a little bit of a check on TK Swaggy, but he's in a bit of a similar spot, I believe. I believe he's maybe 1 or 2-0 currently. Just gonna have to have a little double check on that.
Well, I don't know.
Oh no,
much.
Sorry, what you say, Styles?
I was just gonna say that I don't think I've fought these guys. Well, I think I've fought Finland, and he got me in a sub. I think he got me in the arm triangle side saddle, but I'm not 100% sure. But I mean, it's gonna be a fun fight. I wouldn't expect the Max Holloway, since he subbed me, so I might be incorrect, but I'm expecting a good fight just in real life between Volkanovski and Holloway.
Yeah, you know that these are always going to be game fights. Holloway against Volkanovski is 2 of the most dominant picks in the weight class.
For a reason.
Ooh.
Yeah, for a reason, bro.
Hold up. I'm so sorry, but I'll catch up with you very, very soon. I need to fetch a charger for my phone because it's a 7%. Give me a second.
Well, Mr. Finnan right now finds himself on bottom. Looks like we've seen Swaggy take it down. Finds himself on top. Obviously, interesting to note that Styles earlier on mentioning that this gentleman had tried to put him in some submission attempts, so he obviously feels confident in that, himself there as well.
Yeah.
Very early to really kind of make any major calls right now. I feel both guys are just making adjustments to each other. They're both looking for opportunities.
I feel Volkanovski opened up pretty well. He seemed to hit the point straight away.
Yeah, he did come out of the gates very, very quickly. Had Holloway throw him back, or Mr. Finnan throw him back, but maybe the takedown is going to work against him a little bit here. Interesting to note. I mean, obviously, I don't know how ultimately it would work out, but Max doesn't have the best grappling stamina, I don't believe, and obviously Volkanovski's bottom game also, I don't believe, is massively highly rated. So these guys are probably burning through stamina as they find themselves in these grappling exchanges, still with 2 minutes on the clock. We find ourselves back in the striking realm, doing some good work. Holloway looking to keep it short and sweet with the hands, working the body when he gets opportunity tos, and as you would expect, Volkanovski looking to work those legs, but got to be careful because we're seeing Holloway really start to let go with those hands. Maybe that's why we saw that takedown, Quids. Started getting lit up a little bit. Don't want to see it get taken down.
So. You might feel a lot more comfortable here now as well. Now when you can drain a bit of Holloway's stamina from the ground.
Yeah, this is a much better position. We mentioned about the stats a moment ago. Not so much the case when you've got Volkanovski on top. His top control I believe is fairly good, and his grappling stamina is also very good. And these are very, very, very well-timed denials right now. Every single one of them. This is probably really bad for Holloway. I mean, you see, his stamina actually still looks pretty decent considering the amount of denials in a row that just happened. But he's got to be careful because you know that. Saying that, realizing the time, there's only 5 seconds left on the clock. That would be why. That would be why.
Both had a minute on the ground too.
Yeah, honestly, all of these fights so far have been really, really equal. They've been, kind of going back and forth in all areas. We've seen a lot of striking mixed up into the grappling. It's not like one guy's forcing either or. We're seeing very, balanced approaches from everybody tonight.
Nice to see in the community. Everyone's getting better. Everyone's a bit equal to each other.
The Rock has come back home.
The almighty Styles, welcome back, brother. We're just saying it was a very, very equal first round.
Sorry for that.
You're all good. These guys going back and forth, like I said, in all areas, seeing very balanced approaches from everybody tonight. Mixing in the grappling between the striking. Nobody kind of massively favoring any sort of realm. As I say that, though, these guys have maybe just forgoing the rest of the feeling out process and just saying, let's throw some leather.
Gets another takedown.
I mean, maybe that was his game plan. Get him into a brawl, shoot that takedown under it.
When he gets a little careless.
Yeah, I mean, he's working the leg health down good, in my opinion. And you should utilize grappling with Volkanovski as well as the striking. He's a very well-balanced fighter. And I think it's good to take Holloway down since he has so much stamina, and his pressure boxing can be lethal.
Really can, man. This is obviously a great position if you're Volkanovski. You don't want to be staying here too often. If you find yourself on bottom with Mr. Finnan, but earlier on we saw him able to reverse the position and get off some great ground and pound. But since that time, I think Swaggy's paying him full respect and isn't allowing anything to phase him. He's blocking all of these transitions.
Absolutely, and I mean, this is the fun part about grappling, when they actually get to get some denials, but also work it and move to more dominant positions, just instead of both fighters just sitting there and doing absolutely nothing. So I love to see this. What do you say, Quids?
I agree. Makes it an interesting fight, especially for Max Holloway.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Speaking to what you mentioned a moment ago there, Quids, where a lot of these guys now are becoming very well-rounded. It's nice to see the overall skill level across all grappling to the striking realms improving. We're seeing these guys getting excellent denials off here. They're both working the inside shots, non-poshed up, just building up the GA in their advantage. And it's very, very intelligent work from both guys. I think they're both going to have some bright futures in the league or in the community, especially if they can continue putting on performances like this, because both have been showing themselves to be very, very sound so far. Obviously leaning towards Volkanovski right now, though, with the groundwork that he's been able to get off. I think he's probably up in this fight. I don't know how you guys have got it going so far there, Styles and Quids.
I believe he's won this round. As Volkanovski, just for the overall ground control. Look at that, 3 minutes. Wow.
He managed to stop any significant strikes from being landed on him that round. That was that was a great round from Volkanovski. I didn't quite see the first round stats. I can't recall exactly. I believe that was a little bit more equal, but he's probably taken that equal one again.
I mean, it's whoever wins, it's a good fight. They should both be pleased with their respective performances and nice.
Yeah, and you want more and more of this if you're Swaggy, because you're having so much success down here. Why would you not want to take it back down as soon as you can? 4 minutes left to work. You're probably 2 in the bag. Very, very intelligent play there from Swaggy. Showing the TGA boys are not to be trifled with. All-rounded, as I say that, he does get reversed, and this is where Mr. Finnan has to really get something working. What do you do here, Styles? Do you separate, or do you look to advance position?
How would we... Can you just repeat how you scored the card for me, Looney?
It's 2-0 for Volkanovski, quite likely, from myself and Quidsworth's estimations.
Yeah. I just wanted to be sure. In my opinion, you should... Oh, a nice sweep. I was about to say that you should stand up since you're Holloway and you have the pressure on your advantage.
Yeah.
But I mean, also, if... I don't know what's going through his head, we see things different while we're in the fight and while we're outside of it. So maybe he's thinking that he has one of the rounds and could stay on top to get the third one for himself. But...
You're very right. You're very right. You don't get the, the benefit of, kind of watching it impartially. In the moment, things can feel a lot different.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, nice back sitting. I mean, we all know the RNC is, I won't say busted, but it's very powerful. I'll say that. So maybe
bro, it's available. Do you know that's it's there.
Yeah,
as we say,
but he went for top mount, and he's getting some good shots. Not gonna lie. But if I mean, not trying to be an annoying man, but if you have that, you get to deny as well. The RNC.
I think we may have lost ours for a moment, but the RNC is there, and if you're down on a fight, it's nobody's gonna. It's when people try to go for it, 50 times in a
consistently.
Fight. Yeah. The occasional one in the right situations, I can understand it. It's not that they're impossible to deny. They're just very, very tough. And as we say that, we're back in the striking realm. This is where Holloway's, seemingly going to be having the advantage. As I say that, he shoots for a takedown with 20 seconds left on the clock. It's a very, very interesting interesting shot. I wonder if it was intentional. You would imagine so, because he seems to be committing to it and landing these shots on the inside. But I think that's Volkanovski probably walking away with a W. We'll have to see what the judges score it, but it was a very, very fun fight. These guys both put it on the line, very evenly contested. Know that these guys are going to be back with big performances, I'm sure, but Volkanovski did seem to just be that little bit of a step ahead in tonight's performance by my estimations.
Yeah, I could agree with it. He was just there from the start. You knew, I knew, as soon as he come out that quick, he knew what he was doing.
Yeah, definitely. He had a game plan, looked like he stuck to that, and it paid dividends as the fight progressed, because that takedown was always available after throwing those big shots. And as we say that, Max Holloway won it. And we have just been eating all of our words. I would love to see the fight results. We're going to see it 29-28. So Mr. Finnan got the third round. He did get the third round. The first round was a very close round. Okay, we may be talking out of my ass then. I thought that I did think that... No, I did genuinely think TK Swaggy walked away with that first round. But you know what? All props to Mr. Finnan. I eat every single one of my words.
I've just seen the amount of strikes landed in the first round from Finnan.
Yeah, it was good work.
That's what I said. Yeah, but that's what I said. It's a different. You judge fights differently while you're in the ring than outside. I guess he just, like I said in the third round, maybe he's.
Yeah, he clearly thought that he won the first. As you had mentioned, I think maybe having a little bit of technical difficulties. He definitely thought that he won the first, and he was right too. It was a very close round by all things. We didn't see the results of it. It did just feel when I was watching it live that maybe it was leaning towards Volkanovski in that one, and giving the success of the second round, maybe the recency of that had kind of played a factor. But great win for Mr. Finnan. I'd love to see that match further down the line, because both guys put it all on the line right there. They both put on excellent performances, and I was impressed from Volkanovski. I was impressed by Holloway. Obviously, great win for him. He's now 3-0, so we'll have to see what goes, where he goes from here. Imagine he's going to start taking, strides towards the outer boundaries of that top 15 if he continues to put on performances and, win like that. Outside of that, though, with that being said, we are straight on to the next one. We've got another fun fight. We're going to be having LFC Swish Bitty. He's going to be fighting Element Dots. This is a fun-ass fight. The LFC guys, they're always... entertaining in kind of all respects. They like to strike, they like to mix it up a little bit. And Element R Dots has been around in the community for a good old while. I'm sure you probably remember yourself back in IFL when we were running IFL many moons ago. As I say that, touch of gloves. We've got Tony Ferguson up against Chimaev.
I mean, in my opinion, the fighter Ferguson beats Khamzat, but this is not about the fighter you pick, it's about the skill level of yourself. But I mean, you have the advantage of having some good boxing, but also having the rubber guard, which is the lethal position in this game.
Oh, it really is.
But,
sorry, as you saying, brother?
No, I wasn't saying anything of worth. I was just gonna try to do my job as a commentator. Nice clinch though from the whip kick, and he's trying to, instead of getting
I think we may have lost you there, brother. Chimaev did a good job there of engaging in the clinch. Finds himself an opportunity to drag it to the ground, and obviously this is not where you want to find yourself, even as a Tony Ferguson with so much time on the clock there. did a good job there, Quids, to get out of it, staying active, but got to be careful. That back defense, you know all about that.
Yeah. I deny those all day long.
Just the pre-deny after pre-deny on it, right? You got to.
Listen, timed skill. That's all I'm going to say.
I believe it, brother.
Oh, nice reversal. In my opinion, you actually don't want the reversal in half guard right there. It's better to try to get the rubber guard or back seating that you will get when they try to fake or go for a half guard. Since in full guard top, you can't really do much, but I mean, you end up on top, you can do damage, but as a Ferguson, you might want to stay on bottom for a bit longer.
Yeah,
nice deny.
He's staying active on top. I mean, obviously we're seeing Chimaev trying to work and get off as well, but he stands up. Interesting.
Okay.
We'll see what he's able to do with it.
I guess he's confident in his striking against Khamzat. I mean, I will always support my Swedish brother Khamzat, but I mean, I thought it was if I were Ferguson, I would have at least have done some ground and pound and damage and then stand up. But if he feels he's good enough on the feet, why waste time?
I mean, from from his style previously, he is definitely somebody that leans more towards striking. But even so, as I'm sure you'll attest to, Quids, as a striker yourself, you find yourself in a top mount, you've got to take those punches, right?
100%. Any time you can get is worth everything, just to win a round.
Punish them for, trying to put you in those grappling exchanges in the first place. Maybe they'll think twice about the next shot. But as we say that, Chimaev is on his back again, no time to do anything with it. But it's an interesting round. I think that's probably Chimaev's, right? Yeah. I mean, maybe. Don't know how the judges score, but probably. 2 minutes on the clock.
We've been wrong once, we can be wrong twice. But I mean, it's... Yep.
Oh no, I was just gonna say that time I did see the scorecard though, so it's a little bit more on me if I get that one wrong. They're starting out quick again, no man. They're not wasting any time. Elements maybe just trying to get something back. Maybe feels that he lost that last round because he's coming out with some heavy pressure in the second.
He's moving in and out really nicely too.
He shouldn't go for... Ferguson shouldn't go for... I'm saying Ferguson, I mean Element. I'm messing up by just saying...
Working the knees.
Initiates a clinch of his own. Interesting.
Can you hear me again? I'm in the middle of nowhere and the internet, I guess, is a bit
we
trash.
appreciate you, brother. That's all good. You are phasing in and out, but that's okay, brother. We'll sort it in a moment.
Yeah. I was just... or do you want to say something?
No. What were you saying, brother, before you cut out a moment ago?
I just wanted to say that he should go for switch kicks. They are very lethal quicks, but don't move in with them since they nerfed the animation moving forwards very, very much. So I think you should try to keep it stationary while going for it since it's so quick and lethal.
I agree with you there, man. I think that I prefer that with most of my shots. I do like the plant on a lot of them. Makes them that little bit more snappy, a little bit more pop to them. But Chimaev not having any of that, man. Swish B trying to take it to the ground, going for that RNT, not getting it. Yeah. I mean, and it shows maybe he's picked he's picked Tony Ferguson, clearly coming out here to strike, but just wanting to have that jiu-jitsu off his back. As I say that,
the RNC. Oh dear.
This has broken many a people's controller. I can tell you that. He's looking pretty decent, but the escape is kind of there. It's once he gets over that halfway line and it starts shooting up, if he's able to stay composed, but the escape's there. He does get out this time round. That's great work from Element. Now finds himself in top position.
Yeah, and we'll see if he tries to work it or if he goes for that full guard posture and tries to stand up. He gets the full guard, but this time, nice sweep though. And now he's on top, and this is undeniably where he wants to be.
That was some vicious.
one time at top mount and he got the win. Jesus.
Mate, that was savage. The flip over to the ground and pound. He wasn't taking any prisoners there whatsoever, man. Raining down bombs, Jesus.
Yeah, that was. Oh God, is this allowed on tape? I mean, it was a nice sweep. I was gonna question if he was gonna, stand up again since he did that in top mount previously, but he decided to go for the GMP in full guard, and unfortunately it didn't pay off this time. But
no, I mean that's good. That's a good win, though. I mean, great work.
Absolutely.
With that being said, we are moving on to the main card. We're going to be having LFC Cryptic up against TK Sassy. Now, these guys have had a couple of performances, obviously since Primetime has come about, both from very respected camps. We've seen, both of their camps performing earlier on this evening. LFC Swiss Spitty performing a moment ago, and of course we had one of the TK boys performing earlier with TK Swaggy. So I imagine both guys looking to put on a show tonight. I know it's always going to be a fun one when these guys are involved in terms of their gym as a whole. So interesting to see. I don't know if you guys have maybe their bios ready at all in terms of what their recent performances, but I believe they're both on fairly good win streaks currently.
I'll double check that for you. LFC Crypto, unfortunately, I don't have any intel on. But LFC Cryptic lost his last fight, unfortunately. But he was 2-0 before that, so I mean, we'll see if he tries to resurrect his reputation and show himself as a beast, or if it took a toll on him. But I can't find any intel on.
That's all good, bro. Well, it's all good, brother. It's all good. But with that being said, they are going to be fighting in the welterweight division. Interesting picks between them. We've got a Jorge Masvidal going to be fighting up against an Anthony Pettis. Boxing against, all on striking, but let's be honest, kicks, right? This is boxing v kicking. Kickboxing, if you will. Yeah. All right, these guys showing each other a sign of respect to start them out. Looks like we're going to see a touch of gloves. Maybe not. Just a bow. That's all good.
Yeah. I mean, a bow is a good substitution for glove touches. I mean, in glove touches, someone might tease you and fake you into it, but if you say a bow and keep your distance, it's respect and they can't do anything against you. I think it's a great sign of respect.
So they're starting out quick, and that was a lovely spinning back fist after the kick that he threw. It was timed perfectly. We'll have to see if that was well timed and or if that one just kind of landed flush. But these guys are looking fairly calculated. I like what I'm seeing early from Sassy over here. He's doing a good job on these pullbacks.
Oh, yeah, those pullbacks are working. Working very well for him at the moment.
Nice spinning back fist.
He's connecting clean at the moment. Quids, any opinions so far?
I'm just looking at the left leg of Jorge Masvidal. It seems to be really, really worked from Pettis early. That'll slow him down. It'll take the power out of his hands, and Pettis will just have a nice little free time on the feet.
Yeah, as you say that, he starts throwing up those head kicks as well. You're right, that lead leg is really, really chewed up, and on top of everything that you mentioned there, it sets up those head kicks, and your opponent, as we mentioned earlier on in the Dale Denton fight, when somebody's shooting takedowns, it's easy to start flashing that LT a little bit, and start eating maybe some shots that you shouldn't be. And with the leg being chewed up that badly, it's already blinking, Styles. I mean, you've really got to start making some adjustments, right, to stop that leg being chewed up so much.
Yeah, for sure. And I'll give Sassy his credits. It's a good showcase of Anthony, of course. Those spinning kicks are what he's known for, but those back fists, I mean, they're working for him. And the like you said, it's blinking. And the thing is, of course, Jorge is not a grappler, but if your leg is blinking and the stand-up is not working for you, you should always be able to. Like we always like in MMA, the beautiful thing is that a striker can grapple if he needs to. Of course, if you don't end up like McGregor versus Nate Diaz, but I think he might need to try to take him to the ground or clinch him a bit more, since right now he's getting worked so much on the feet.
Yeah.
It's a nice solid game plan from Sassy, I believe.
No, you're right, man. He's taking his time and picking from the outside. We saw a little bit of Jorge just saying, anything you can do, I can do better. Manages to get the spin kick of his own at the end, puts him on his butt for a moment.
Yeah, but I think we can be quite unanimous that Sassy gets that round.
Just from the overall damage on the leg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's starting out quick as well. Again, he keeps, pushing into him, landing something like a jab, maybe hitting him to the body, and just trying to get his opponent to back up a little bit. He's done a good job of doing it, but Jorge has, done an excellent job of conserving stamina going into the second round. He's still very, very game. Just got to be careful of that leg, as you alluded to earlier.
Yeah.
He's getting busy with these hands now, though.
Yeah, Jorge has good boxing combos, and that leg might need him to switch stance, but we'll see what he does. Of course, we have that, if anyone watched the ESFL shit show where he just with and the leg stun, where he refused to switch stance, which cost him dearly. But fortunately, Cryptic changed his stance because he realized that left leg it's not healthy, so we'll try to box from
That's from Pettis, just to hit that leg.
Yep.
That was a big miss there. He does manage to get some punish, but, he's going to look to try and maximize that as he lands a lovely little, I don't even know what you'd call that, kind of a push kick to the face? A foot jab? Well, what is it called?
Twitchy music.
Foot jab.
A foot jab. Kick with my hand feet.
Please tell Joe Rogan to say that you're in a fight. Just call it a foot jab.
What are you playing with, you brother? But interesting. You see Pettis on the ground. I mean, he's got an underrated ground game of his own. You normally have seen it off his back, but he's got good jits. Got to be careful if you're Jorge, even for a submission. The problem is now he's going to have to work hard to get back to his feet. You would imagine. Maybe not. He separates with ease. But he eats hands to boot. I was gonna.
Nice boxing combo.
Oh man, Sassy's getting a little dirty out there with it. He's throwing some nasty combinations.
Yeah. I mean, in this fight, one thing's for certain: it's a fun fight. We don't know the winner, but we know it's a fun fight to watch.
100%. I mean, look, you see in Cryptic staying very, very dangerous, right? But, I mean, you mentioned it earlier, the leg kicks from Pettis, Quids, they've been on point, but you know that those leg kicks set you up for the headshots, and with the head blinking like that, you've got to be careful.
Agreed. Doing a nice bit of work pressuring him against the cage here, though. But
feel like every time they find themselves in the pocket, he unleashes with the combination and seems to catch Jorge. Jorge's done a good job of fighting from the outside, kind of that mid-range, if you will, not really the outside, but staying just in that kickboxing to boxing range, working his way in and out with shots, and when he's had success doing so. But every time Pettis goes first, he's finding a home for something.
Yeah, and he's ending every combo with a kick, and it's working for him.
It really is. Oh, that's a big spinning back fist from Sassy. He's going to put on the pressure for the finish, and he gets it.
Oh, and it's a clean knockout. I mean, that was a quick finish in the third round.
It was. I mean, he did a good job, Sassy did. I mean, I'm sure you were impressed yourselves there, lads. He came out, he had a game plan to work that leg, and it set up that head kick, as we had mentioned earlier on in the card.
Yeah. I mean, he worked his game plan worked throughout the whole fight. I mean, it wasn't much on the ground, and even on the ground, Anthony has the advantage, of course, like you said, he's more of a jiu-jitsu artist. I'm pretty sure he has the rubber guard. And in real life, he has done the triangle choke more than once at least.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't matter if you can finish him on the feet with a clean head kick, lead head kick.
With that one in the bag, lads, we are moving on to a fight that I am highly anticipating. For sure, it's going to be Bang Bang up against Tulit, and you know that these guys come to throw some hands, and very, very quickly, especially Bang Bang. That guy comes out of the gates quickly. I do believe that Tulit is part of the TMF camp now. Is that correct over there, Quids?
That is correct.
Interesting. I mean, I don't know if you've had an opportunity to spar with him yourself yet, but I imagine...
no, not just yet.
Okay, interesting. So we'll have to see, you know, maybe who he's been working with. I'm sure we'll see shades of, you know, the league within it. He's a fun fighter, is Tulit, so always going to be game. Interesting to see how he approaches this one against Bang Bang, because Bang Bang knows one way of fighting. It works for him beautifully. That's the go forward. Hurt your opponent. We're seeing Robbie Lawler. We're seeing Anthony Pettis once more. It's going to be a fun fight,
Twanging
guys.
and banging.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sure.
Bang, bang, you dig?
I've sparred with Bang Bang, and I I did the miserable mistake of trying to out pressure him with Cody Garbrandt, and I just ended up flat on my face. It did not work at all. I haven't fought Tulik, but I'm hoping for a banger of a fight. Bang Bang at least beat the hell out of me.
I'm sure it's going to be, man. These guys, they are dangerous all around. Like I said, this was one of those ones that when I heard about it, I was excited from the get-go. Don't blink in this one, for sure. Somebody's going to sleep quick.
Yeah, if no one's going to sleep, it's a failed fight. It's Bang Bang will be sad that he didn't get to finish someone, and I'm sure Tulit is also gonna be crying. They're both seeking for the knockout.
Yeah, 100%, brother. As we say that, I mean, you already see Bang Bang taking that center and just not taking a step backwards. He is, man, he really is smothering when he gets that forward pressure, but good job from Pettis to sidestep. That's exactly what you want to, you know, want from yourself, right, Quids? You want to get on that bike and try and maybe drain his stamina over the course of the 3 rounds.
Yeah, create enough space between yourselves to do exactly what he did there. Kick the body, work your own combos, get some leg kicks off.
Oh man, these inside shots, they're all starting to add up. This already his block is low, his head health was very low. He really needs to get on his bike and start circling off, because his back being pinned up against the cage is not where you want to be. Big rock for Bang Bang.
Nice head movement.
The combinations on the inside are some savagery. That was a good shot from Tulit. You know, he needed some sort of mix-up. Not able to get it. Bang Bang's looking on right now.
Yeah, he's gonna seek the knockout.
He's just got no room to breathe.
Yeah, you can't. You can't against Bang Bang. You have to be patient or try to swerve. You can't let him punch you. He will.
Yeah, just do not brawl with the man, which is almost impossible when he does not get the fuck off your front foot. He marches forward, and I love it. I really do. Like, it's one hell of a game plan, man. It's really hard to deal with. He lit me up a number of times with it, I tell you. Tulit is eating some shots right now, and this, you know, he's worried as he lands a beautiful flying knee. Oh man.
Oh, nice head movement. The thing about Bang Bang's style is, even though it works very well for him, if he gets caught with that pressure once, he's down bad. We've seen that in ESFL. He got KO'd in under 30 seconds or something, just because he was doing his thing. He was pressuring, but he got caught and then he got punished.
Do you know what?
And
It's funny you say that, Styles, because you're absolutely right. His style, you know, it's very much live or die by the sword. It's mentioning that he, you know, got knocked out very quickly in the past with it. Man also holds the quickest knockout in ESFL history, I believe. So it's one of those, you know, 50-50s as he marches forward with these bombs, man. I mean, His stamina is obviously not looking great, but neither is the head health of Imlet, that really needs to try and get some circling on the go. He finds himself backed up against the cage.
Oh. More clean KOs. We love to see it. Bang Bang with another huge win. I'm rooting for him. I'm expecting to see him in the title scene soon. I want him to fight Trickzzy in the years of prime time. Jesus Christ. I think that would be the fight of the century.
No, 100%. He came out, like I said, we knew that this fight was going to result in a finish, likely a knockout, and likely fast. And that's everything that it was. These guys came out and threw absolute leather for 4 minutes and 51 seconds until one of them got sat down. Bang Bang, going out there and getting the damn thing done. He did a great job this evening. Really did.
Yeah, lovely showcase of Robbie Lawler. Getting those boxing combos in, and the pressure he's known for worked very well for him in this fight.
With that being said, we are edging ever closer to our main event, Trickzzy v Great Mist. Up next, though, we are going to be having Sprawl and Brawl Steve. So Sprawl and Brawl, a camp that have been making waves for a little while now. We know them from back in the day, so it's good to see these guys coming back and putting on great performances. Steve has competed a number of times, had some ups, had some downs, but is a very dangerous fighter in all regards. I believe he had a 20 within the last 20 seconds of a round finish in his last fight. But interestingly enough to note, as I'm sure you remember from back in the day as well, Quids, I believe you were with us back then, Frothy List also used to be part of Sprawl and Brawl. I don't believe he's representing them anymore, so kind of former teammates maybe going at it here.
It's going to be fun watch. If it's true that they're former teammates, that it will be a very skilled fight, since they're going to try to read each other out, feel each other out for the fight, and they know their tendencies, hopefully, if you're correct.
Definitely. We've got a Conor McGregor v Justin Gaethje pick. Both guys are very well rounded, as you can actually see. They're pretty even as well. Maybe an edge to Steve here, 44 to the 31, but that's in the training room. Obviously, we know that things are different when you're competing on one of these events. It does change the way that you can approach very easily.
Let's go, guys, fight.
Without further ado, though, they're touching gloves. They're getting going. Starting out quick with that spin kick to the body.
Nice. Quids, what's your take?
I was going to say Gaethje was coming forward with a lot of pressure there, but it doesn't look too good for him at the moment. Oh. Wow.
Oh, man.
Oh!
Jesus.
What? That... Okay. That's... I'll just...
Speechless.
Yeah, that... There's... What can you say? It's...
Look, I ain't gonna lie to you. I feel bad for White Wolf. He's been having some fantastic performances recently. I believe he's been on a bit of a spree. I'm just gonna check right now. He was undefeated with 4-0 coming into this, and he was up against Proper Steve. Proper Steve is, like I said, he's had a number of ups and downs. He's currently rocking a 2-fight win streak on a 6-6 overall record. So that is big from that man right there. That is a great win for him.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, obviously this night was an up for him and not a down. I mean, you have to feel bad for Wolf a bit, since if you're on a win streak, you want to lose. Of course, he lost fair and square by all means, but you want to lose where you actually felt that you got to do your best, where it was just like, I did my thing, it didn't work, but unfortunately he didn't get to show his skill, and he just lost. It's sad to see, but it happens.
For sure, man. For sure. Now these guys have been around for a long time. We've got LogX Rage up against ICB Tadpole. I respect and rate these guys' games very highly. Tadpole is a guy that likes to find me all of the time on ranked and kick my ass. So it's always good to see him coming out here and putting on a show. He's going to be up against Log X Rage, which is another dangerous opponent that's been around for a good little while in the community. Yeah, all the makings for a fun fight, guys. I mean, Log X Rage a little bit more down your line there, Styles, likes to grapple, especially early. And obviously, from the other side, we've got a little bit more of a striking affair from himself, from Tadpole. But coming from that ICB camp, you know he's going to be very well-rounded. So we'll have to see how each guy approach it. We've got the RDA pick out of Log X Rage, which you've got to imagine is maybe because he wants to mix in that takedown there, Styles.
Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, you might need a... I think you might need a takedown against Poirier because his pressure boxing is lethal in this game. But the problem with Poirier is he has good...
Yeah, sorry, I think we lost you there for a second there, brother, but the thing with Poirier...
Sorry.
Oh, you're back. Well, as you were saying, brother.
I was just... I hate being in the middle of nowhere. I was just gonna say that you might need a takedown against Poirier because of his pressure boxing, but the problem with Poirier is that he's so good on his back, with, especially now since they buffed him with the rubber guard and everything. And he has good subs.
Yeah, for sure. So the power is really, really where it's at in this fight. I think that may turn out to be the deciding factor, unless Log can get some good work off early and really start to gas Poirier. But he's got to be careful. I think the power of Poirier translates late, so you've got to be careful to conserve your chin, you know, especially as an RDA pick.
Yeah, for sure. Quids, what's your take on this matchup?
Well, knowing Tadpole, he's pressure heavy. He loves to fight behind his jab, I'd say, most of the time.
Rubber guards.
DeSantos really needs to stay down here, if I'm fair, but it doesn't look like he can at the moment.
No.
Yeah, I mean, Ted. Oh yeah, Cyrus.
I was just saying, you'd expect, like I said, he's very well-rounded, so even though he finds himself in these grappling exchanges, he doesn't doubt his abilities to be able to get good damage off himself, but he does find himself in a submission now and doing a decent job of tracing it. Got to be a little bit careful. The escape's now getting a little bit loose, but Slam's probably on the horizon.
I hope he's ready for the bottom press. No, he was not. Well, Tadpole was. Sorry for interrupting you right there.
No, good. These guys are staying very, very active in all positions, and they're not giving each other an opportunity to settle into anything right now.
It's back and forth at the moment. I mean, RDA was on top, but it's all that Dustin got those rubber guards, and he ended up on top himself. So nice hook, and taking that into half guard. Oh, top mount though. Will he try it? And he got up. Ooh, risky there. Should try to keep those kicks within range. How would you score it, my man?
He's definitely got a bit of Tadpole.
Yeah, we see it right there. Equal work on the ground, but Tadpole's got the bigger significant strikes, landed a lot more shots. I think that's all him right there. Log is really going to have to try and get the ground down and, you know, either stop that reversal and rack up that control or try to unload some shots, because otherwise the damage from Tadpole, you know, he's always looking to hurt you. As I say that, we've got DeSantos marching forward, throwing 3 left hooks in a row, landing every single one of them.
Look at Tadpole's stamina preservation. He's doing a great job.
Yeah, he's doing very well. I'm sorry, my team, but I just want to double check. Is Tadpole Tadcaster, or am I...
No, different people.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but I just want to...
You're all good. ICB Tadpole, he is the man with hands. He marches forward. Tadcaster's also got those hands, but I would say that he's a little bit more of a striker. A little bit more of a grappler, I would say. Man may disagree with me. He will let me know, I'm sure. But yeah, right now, I mean, they're getting active in these exchanges, and it looks like RDA is actually getting the better of them. But he's starting to use a little bit more stamina, and if one of those exchanges doesn't go his way, then the power of Poirier really going to start to bleed through.
Yeah, especially with those. Yep.
No, as you saying, brother?
Oh! Yeah, I was just gonna say. Oh, okay. I will not say anything.
Yeah, I was gonna say sorry. That's one of those ones. That's gonna cut up any conversation that you're gonna have, because he just landed a brutal head kick, put him down, and not able to get the finish. That's good work from Log X-Rage to get the clinch up. I say that as he eats a couple of shots.
And he's pre-9 the takedown as well as he concedes, but can you judge him, really? Wow. Nice uppercut. Tadpole has turned this into his fight. It was an equal fight in the first, but I guess that Tadpole is taking control, especially with the pressure of Dustin Poirier.
Quite honestly, I think you mentioned it earlier on, the pressure of Tadpole Quids is really where it's at with him, and if he finds an opportunity or smells blood, gets an opportunity to pressure you forward, he does really good work. But Log X-Rage doing a great job of switching that round and taking it down. Now finds himself in Crucifix, which is not where you want to find yourself with a minute left to work if you're Tadpole.
I mean, right now Tadpole should just focus on surviving the round and wait out the third, because he has this round in the bag. He doesn't need a finish, or he doesn't need to work his way back up. He should just try to stall time, wait for the third, and get that round as well.
Yeah, I think I agree with you there, bro. Good slips there. Like I said, they've been intelligently defensive. We'll have to see, what the game plans are. I wonder if we'll get to see the scorecards in between rounds. Give us a, really accurate reflection once more of how exactly they're going to see, at least statistically. So that round was much, much closer in terms of the significant strikes landed and the top control. I didn't quite see there. Was there a knockdown? Yeah, there was a knockdown, right?
3 knockdowns.
Yeah,
there were three
big knockdowns.
So I guess... so in my opinion, if Tadpole doesn't get that round, I'll call it a robbery for him, and I'll overturn that decision. USADA can... No, I mean the Nevada Athletic State Commission can sod off.
So they're going at it, third and final round. After this, we've got our co-main event. It's going to be another banger, but for right now, we've got Tadpole looking for the finish by the looks of things, pouring on the pressure with a lovely ripping combination. He's not going to stop this pressure.
No, and he can do it too, because he's got stupid stamina.
Yeah, why would you not go for the finish? He should just try to piece him down. Right now, he's behind. Oh.
He paced himself perfectly through this fight to put himself in the position in this third round to be able to go at his opponent with some reckless abandon. Needs to be careful of the takedown, doesn't want to get tied up in that, but so far his pressure boxing is on point with Poirier. He's not giving his opponent any room to breathe.
Nice.
Yeah, no. Oh, surely he stands up. Okay then. Okay. I guess he's confident on the feet right now.
Oh my god.
Oh god. Oh lord.
That's a savage uppercut.
He knew it was going to happen.
Yeah, he was... I was just about to say that I guess he's confident on his feet since he's doing so much work. And he is. You can see that by the slip uppercut. I mean, what do you call it when you lean back? Pull back uppercut. He was he was very certain he was going to win that, and he was not incorrect. He was very correct.
Yeah, no, he really started coming to life. It was a really good observation that you had early on in the card deck, Chinsworth, when he when you noted his stamina, the fact that he was conserving it so well. And I think that played a factor, especially as logs, started to disappear a little bit. With that being said, though, lads, we are moving on to the co-main event of the evening. Once again, edging ever closer to that main event. This one's going to be a very, very fun one. We've got Dino MMA, the dangerous all-round striker. We've seen him put on fantastic performances for a very, very long time within the league, up against a man that's done exactly the same. A little bit more of a grappling style, likes to mix it up and show you kind of all variations, but honest Jim fighting out the ICB camp. I mean, I'm sure you guys are as well, but I'm hyped for this one. You know it's going to be a fun fight, tooth and nail every way.
For sure. I mean, I fought Dino just today, and he was Israel, of course. He's one of the best Israel in this game. I was Vitor Belfort, and guess what? He knocked me out as well, as everyone else in this card has done. I feel like I've always mentioned someone and said, we fought, and I lost. Everyone's goated in this card. It's just amazing to see, you know?
For sure, bro. For sure. We've got very, very kind of respective picks of what you would expect their styles to be. Got Leon Edwards for Dino over here. A little bit of Colby Covington for Honest Jim. You know he's going to look to change those levels, given an opportunity, make it a bit of a dogfight. Already seeing combinations being thrown in each other's face, sitting in the pocket. Could try not to sit too much in awe in this fight, because honestly this is this fight I feel is going to cascade in one way or another for whoever gets the, you know, that early lead.
Oh, big. There's a big head kick from Jim. Dino's just gonna be patient, wait for his opportunities, like you just saw. But Jim's doing a good job pressuring him.
Getting his head off that centre line a lot of it. You know, any opportunity he can. And he lands a beautiful head kick. Oh, he's got to be a little bit careful of not getting overzealous. Dino is going to be very, very dangerous no matter how rocked or what position you put him in. So, got to be careful. But this is really, really good in the opening 2 minutes for Jim as he shoots for a takedown and gets it. So this is where
Jim loves to be.
Yeah, it's where you're gonna want to be. You know, against styles especially early, maybe gas him out a little bit. I mean, he's racking up top control here, and you know that he's gonna go position over really anything, I would imagine, especially for this next 2 minutes. You know, because he's winning here. He's winning here, and Dino excels on the feet. So the longer he can keep him here, the more the fight starts to slip into his favor.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I mean, if you have the round, why let him try to get a comeback on the ground? You can't really do much on the bottom. So it's, especially when you're Colby, you have the stamina and also a very good top game. So I think it was a good call to take him down right there.
For sure, we're seeing Dino now trying to use that deep kick to keep a little bit of range. Got Covington going crazy though. Honest Jim is looking to throw some wild combinations, and we've seen him have some success with it, so Dino's got to mind his P's and Q's. You see the composure from Dino though. Even though he's got rocked, he got taken down, and he's, you know, at least by, I feel like he's quite clearly down this round. He's not getting panicked by it, and he's staying composed and looking for his shots, looking to be defensive, and I feel like that's going to be vital against a fighter like Honest Jim that likes to draw you into that sort of dogfight. You know, not engaging in it, not playing into that game plan, is only really going to favour him if he's able to find that opening in Honest Jim's game.
Yeah, that's how Dino is, isn't it? He's always patient.
Really is.
Yeah,
draws you in and then cracks you.
I think you'd agree, guys. Probably his best attribute, right? His patience and obviously his technical striking.
Yeah, 100%.
He's one of the most patient strikers I've fought, and I mean, he knows how to outside fight, which I don't know if Leon is the best fighter for it, but I mean, only Dino knows what Dino wants.
Definitely. It's, you know, weight class as well. He likes the easy pick, but obviously that's not available when you come down to the welterweight. Leon is quite honestly a good pick for, or at least I like to use him quite a lot. He's got good power. He's able to work the jab a lot. And his kicks may not be as fanciful, but they've got some power to them. So well-timed ones can really start to play dividends for you. That's good takedown defense from Dino, and I think that's going to give him a lot of confidence as this fight starts to unwind. Seeing Honest Jim starting to really, you know, continue that pressure that he was able to mount in the first round, not changing the game plan, and why would you when you've had success so far, right?
for sure. I mean, the thing with Dino is he knows who he is fighting, and he adapts again. Even though I said that he gets a good head kick and a takedown, but he adapts to the fighter he's fighting. We could see that against his fight against Buck Flair, where he was Israel, and he did very well at keeping him on the feet and winning the fight. It was beautiful to see.
Yeah. I mean, one of the things that Jim does very well on that counter is he mixes up the hand so well that these takedowns, a lot of the time, they can be really, really hard to read. And when he gets on top of you, much like it is under yourself styles, you know, it can be very, very suffocating, because he doesn't often give up too many transitions. But as we say that, that's good separation for Dino, and he's got plenty of time to work with 2 minutes left on the clock.
Yeah, I mean, 2 minutes is, and a nice done. Quids, fill me up. What's your take?
I think Dino's found his range now. He's going to start fighting long. Obviously try to stuff the takedowns from Jim. But Jim needs to keep doing what he's doing, keep that pressure on him, overload his block. I believe Jim could win if he keeps that pressure on.
Yeah, especially on a 3-round fight, right? Where he right now he's doing a good job of just kind of giving so many different looks, throwing, you know, jab straights, hooks, kicks, takedown attempts, and it just gives your opponents everything to think about.
Yeah, it's just overloading the mind with things to think about. But Dino, obviously, he's good at dissecting opponents and figuring out what they're doing.
Yeah,
No punisher.
Approaches it kind of like a Mayweather. You know, in these early rounds, he really looks to make those reads. So we'll have to see if he's been able to, you know, pick on anything that Jim is doing. Maybe any setups. I don't see any massive openings, but he's landing some good uppercuts and damaging the head on some sneaky shots right now. An interesting round, guys. Once again, I didn't quite get to see the scorecards there, to be perfectly honest with you, but I'm not sure which way I've been leaning that. They seem to hurt each other, but probably the mix-up again, I'm probably leaning a little bit towards Honest Jim right now.
It's a tough call. I'd honestly give that second round to Dino because of those leg kicks. Like, you can see his leg, right leg being a bit lower, and his head also being a bit capitalized, but honestly, him getting a good takedown. But so far, I'd score this 1-1, to be honest.
I believe it could be 1-1.
Seems like consensus is the 1-1 going into the third. With it all to play for, this takedown could have been massive, but Dino getting good separation and plenty of stamina with both guys, so you know that they've got combinations and the ability to follow through for the finish. The one thing I will point out from earlier, though, guys, very briefly, is that head health of Honest Jim is really starting to become a problem. Even a jab is getting it within that blinking range, and only one shot is really needed to put the lights out at that point.
Yeah, I mean, that's the beauty of watching Dino fight. He works you down. He doesn't get the most stuns or rooks, but he works you down on the outside. Oh, nice takedown from Leon. Jeez.
Dino showing that he's got some grappling chops himself by the looks of things, looking to work a little bit on the ground. He's got 2 minutes 40, so he's got plenty of times to see if he can pull something off, but he's ahead in this round, so it's all on Honest Jim, I think. If this is 1-1 going into the third, then this fight could be slipping away a little bit as the seconds tick by, which I'm sure he's well aware of.
Yeah, I mean, Dino should just, like we told Honest to do in the first round, he should just, if he thinks he got this round, stay on top, try to grapple. Of course, a good transition from Honest. Jim here getting on top. Quids, what's your take?
Forward Dino right now, I've been getting to my feet, trying to keep him long again, get him to rush in and look for that one knockout shot. Jim's got to keep him here, I believe. Oh, saying that, he doesn't.
No, I think, did Dino get a rock at the beginning of this round, or was it just damaging shots?
I think it was... No, he did get a rock.
Yeah, I think that's why he's going to these grappling exchanges currently. we'll have to see. There's obviously only 50 seconds left on the clock. He goes for the takedown. Looks like Dino's happy to take this top control, going for the guillotine, or is it, or maybe the anaconda with 30 odd seconds left on the clock. There's probably just a little bit of time left. He engaged it with about 42 seconds, 41 seconds, but decides to bail on it and maintain top position, which may even turn out to be one of the determining factors. Just those couple of extra seconds of top control, along with that rock.
Yeah.
I mean,
ooh,
well,
nice.
that if that wasn't already right, that probably put the cherry on top, if you will.
Yeah, it's gonna be about this. It's gonna be a fight of the second round, I guess.
Yeah.
Since you were a bit split on that one, and I mean, Dino clearly got the third. Honest Jim got the first. It's a fight between the second round.
9:28, 29-28, declaring the winner by unanimous decision, Leon Rocky.
And Dino fetches the win.
Dino MMA picking up another great win against a tough opponent. That's a good win for him, man. He's getting back towards that title contention now for sure. Obviously may find himself up against yourself or Trickzzy in one of these days in the very, very near future. He's putting in some good work right now.
Yeah, I mean, yep, continue.
Yeah, as you were saying, brother, as you were saying.
Dino was supposed to fight me when I was supposed to fight Mikey. He was substituted in because Dino wasn't available at the time. So Dino is most likely going to get a title fight against either me or Trickzzy in his next fight. But we'll see how that ends up. It's going to be fun either way. I'm going to root for my boy Trickzzy or myself, of course, but I'm pleased to fight him. It's an honor, and I'm honored.
It's good. I'm sure you'll share the sentiment there, Quidsworth. It's going to be an honor to put on that fight when it happens, whether it be yourself or whether it be Trickzzy that we're about to see fight in a moment. Obviously, with all of that being said, I mean, that's given that Trickzy's able to get through tonight. Trickzy's got a tough opponent against him, man. Like ICB, Great Mist. He is the man, the myth, the legend. Aggressive playstyle, really does come to take your head off, chop at those legs. Has a very aggressive playstyle that a lot of people tend to struggle against. Obviously, he's up against the champion this evening, BFAP Trickzzy, who is fighting as Dustin Poirier. Obviously, Great Miss going with his favored Eddie Alvarez pick. So this one has everything to play for, quite honestly, guys. I don't know if you have any particular reads maybe going into it. Obviously, I'm sure you are familiar with each other, with these guys, obviously, especially coming from the same camp over their styles.
Yeah, I mean, I know my boy Trickzzy. We spar a lot. I think we're up in 100+ fights now. So, but he knows his role. He knows that I'm the GOAT and I'm better than him in all areas.
Whoa. Okay, all that, man.
No, I'm just joking. But a bit of camp banner. But no, he's a good fighter. And I've fought Miss, and I mean, I couldn't finish him for the life of me. He was so annoying with his pressure. I didn't expect that from Eddie Alvarez. I was like, really? He's an off-meta pick. Are you gonna disrespect me like that? And he was close to finish me in the third round. So I mean, I'm expecting a hell of a fight right now. Quids.
I'm expecting Miss to do what Miss does. Gets in your face, hurts you bad, slips one, knocks you down, and do what he does. Trickzzy, obviously, he don't back down. He'll give you any luck and try to win the fight either way.
He really will. Obviously we know him for his silky smooth striking, but we find himself in top position right now, and coming from the camp BFAP, we know that he trains with some killers on a daily. So Great Mist has got to be careful. He's working a lot of good inside shots, trying to build up that GA, but looks like Trickzzy was all over that first transition attempt from Great Mist. So doing good work is Trickzzy, staying patient, advancing position slowly and calmly.
Yeah, I mean, Eddie Alvarez is a good grappler, but if you're Dustin, you can do both areas very well, as well as Eddie. But the disadvantage of Eddie, of course, is he doesn't have, in my opinion, as good of a pressure boxing. Of course, the great bobblehead Mace can do his work, but you don't have the rubber guard either on the bottom, which is a huge disadvantage, in my opinion. But we'll see how it goes.
I think that on that point there, Styles, when you find yourself on bottom with Dustin Poirier, it's a little bit easier to conserve your stamina, whereas Eddie really does have to work to get out of these positions, and you know, it does tax his stamina a little bit more. I'm not too familiar on the stats particularly, but I do think there's a slight edge in that factor. But it's going to be very, very close, because what you said, of course, about the best pressure boxer in the weight class, I'm sure that Great Mist would disagree. He believes his man Eddie Alvarez is the answer to any opponent he comes across, and he's looking to prove it here tonight. Right now, suffering a little bit of early adversity. Obviously, the champion finding some good success early with a lot of top control time being racked up from him. And this is intelligent from the champion. It's a different look. Didn't expect to see him in, you know, with this much top control, especially this early in the fight.
Yeah, I mean, Trickzzy he's the champ for a reason. He's 6-1. He's very good, but I mean, you can make the same argument for Mist. He's a contender for a reason. They're both one of the greatest fighters out there. Oh, nice sweep.
Yeah, he obviously finds himself now on bottom, and Great Mist looking to get back some of that work, finds the separation. Imagine he's going to look to try and land some bombs on the inside or chop up that lead leg as he throws that lead rear leg kick. Apologies. But yeah, this is a fun fight. I think that when it's standing up, that's where the fireworks are going to be. These guys are kind of countering each other when it was on the ground, and I feel like Great Mist is maybe trying to get back some of that top control now by trying to rain down some shots.
Yeah, for sure.
That's big for him right there.
Nice head kick.
Oh my god, man. The combinations. I mean, I don't know how you score that because of the rock. The top control was a lot of time, so it could go either way. That's a hard one to call, guys.
Yeah, it's a tough one, but I'd honestly score it for... I'd score it for Mist in this one. I mean, they value guns, and I mean, he did very good at the boxing at the end. So I'd score this 1-0 for Mist this round, to be honest. How would you score it, Quids?
I'm the opposite. I think I'm going to score it for Trickzzy, just because of the amount of time he had on the ground and how dominant he was at the beginning.
You can make very fair arguments for them both, but I was going to say this is historically been the best round for Trickzzy. Is his second round. You know, often alluded to it. You know, it's where he's his killer. So right now, Great Mist, he's going for his precious style, but he's got to be careful because right now we got Trickzzy getting extremely active in the pocket, landing some of those short shots, picking his straights and hooks attempts very well, trying to punish him for the head movement. Obviously, Great Mist is staying calm, landing those great inside leg kicks. One just got checked right there, but he's staying very aggressive with it. Oh my!
Oh, nice head kick. And like you said, the second round is Trickzy's round for a reason. I mean, nice kicks right now showing. Nice lip hook. I mean, Mist showing why he's known as Bubblehead Mist.
He gets his head off that centre line beautifully, but as I say that, Trickzy's aware of it and lands a beautiful hook.
And the unblockable uppercut.
Oh, Jesus, this is hard. This could be it right here. The champion maybe still. We're going to see the survival, moving that head beautifully as Great Mist.
I mean, we don't have an and still or and new, but we have and still alive. Mist. I mean, you have to rate the work on the defense right there. He could have been finished, but he knew what he was doing. He stayed composed even if the odds were against him. Nice sweep as well. On
that styles, yeah, he gets the sweep, finds himself in top mount. See if he's able to do anything with it, but Trickzzy staying very active, trying to mitigate the damage opportunities with a beautiful separation. That was clean, guys.
I unfortunately missed it because I'm in the middle of nowhere, but I guess it was nice to see for you.
It's a very nice stand up, and that's a beautiful head kick to boot. He is going to pressure him big now. Oh, goes for it and gets the reversal.
And he gets the half guard himself.
Sorry, I had to give it the little round of applause. That was anticipated perfectly from Trickzzy. That was great work. Now, we've seen throughout this fight, obviously, Great Mist is very resilient. He has excellent defense, especially when hurt, so he's looking to minimize any sort of damage right now, keeping him postured down. I'm sure he's going to be happy to go into this next round and get an opportunity to try and land some bombs himself. Yeah, defense is on point. Great Mist, choosing the correct direction on both occasions, but Trickzzy getting some beautiful rocks on the feet throughout that round, and that one's a little bit easier to call right there. Trickzzy coming in with a historically good second round, as kind of expected from him.
Yeah, for sure, and I will see who gets the third round, or who finishes who in the third round. I mean, both being very well on the feet, both being good on the ground. It could go either way. You can't complain of a main event like this. And just as I said that... Oh, come on. Oh, is he panic shooting?
Nice
I mean, if it was a panic shot, it worked very well.
He pulled guard intelligently there, not able to hold the top mount, but he doesn't really have to. The damage is obviously already there on the head health of Alvarez, eating big shots and able to pull him back down and slow the pace down for a moment. That's good work from Great Mist. He's going to be happy that that's happened, but not so much now that he finds himself in top mount.
For sure. Quids, want to make a bet? I bet that this fight won't go to a decision. You're not allowed to bet on the same thing as me.
Well, I guess I'll have to go with it. Trickzzy maybe winning, but maybe.
I mean...
Mist will. I'll bet you on that.
Nice boxing combo.
I don't expect to see a finish when either of these guys are involved. He goes for the guillotine, he turns him around, going to put his back up against the cage. This is going to be very, very deep, I imagine.
He does the 360 no-scope guillotine. You'll love to see it.
Oh, and the chain as well. This is going to be savage if he does manage to escape still. No, he gets him with it.
He gets it. Oh, what a main event, though.
I just lost my bet.
I want the money and I want it now, my boy.
Now, respect to both guys, and still Trickzzy remains champion, undisputed. Great win from him, man. He pulled out the bag. He was having excellent success in that second round. Found an opportunity to get him out there with the submission, and can't blame him. Great Mist is an incredibly dangerous opponent and finds a way to survive no matter what you throw at him. So to get an opportunity to get him out there like that, good job.
For sure. I mean, good job from both fighters. You couldn't have been more pleased with a main event like this.
For sure, man. For sure. With that all being said, guys, it has been a pleasure to call these fights. It's been an absolutely crazy night of, back and forth action from every single person that we've had put on displays this evening, showing excellent all-round skills from the grappling to the striking, the ability to mix it all together, and had one hell of a fun main event and co-main event. So I appreciate you all, obviously, for putting those fights on for us. Always a pleasure. To everybody that puts these events together, couldn't be done without you. And obviously, big shout out to our man Styles and Chinsworth or Quidsworth for joining us in the commentary booth tonight. Pleasure having you guys with us.
To be here.
It was a pleasure working with you both.
Yeah, it was it was fun working with you, but it was also fun to commentate the card. Can't complain at all.
And you won a bet.
You won a bet. With that, ladies and gents, been a pleasure. Until next time, we'll be back obviously with the fight night mid next week. Stay obviously subscribed and so on to our Twitters. Join the Discords if you haven't already. We'll be back with action then. Until then, much love. Stay safe.